Okay. So, this is going to be interesting. Let's look at what we got here. Alright, this is spices, cocoa, secondary. Food is not... No river, though. I think... we'll just do it. Hang on, let me... Oop. That's gonna pause the game momentarily. Let's see if we can, okay. Ooh, let's not click on that. Okay. Alright, so... let's look what we have. No mountains as far as I can see, unless there's one right here. We won't have any mountains in range. No river, but I've started a bunch of times without actually settling anywhere. And I'm getting kind of tired of it. Oh, hey phone, what's up with you? Okay. Just put you over there. Let's just settle. We'll see what we get. We're playing, okay, for anyone who's wondering, we're doing Spain. We're on King difficulty, which is a little different on Vox Populi CPP. Epic speed. We're going to be on a Terra map, so there should be a new world to settle. I'm pretty sure Conquistadors still work the same way, so that's kind of the idea here. I've also edited the zoom-in distance, which is kind of interesting just to look at the little models really up close. But we'll probably... I like to quick save at the beginning of a game, in case I decide it's super terrible. But hope the sound isn't too loud. We're probably gonna go Scout, Monument, Shrine. That's usually my build order, and then for tech, we go Animal Husbandry into Pottery, and that usually leaves us at right about the right place to start building our settler. The Shrine and Pottery usually finish around the same time, so that is good. I'm not sure what... Oh, there's a ruin. What social policy we've been going for? I've been going for authority a lot recently because I like the free settler and the border growth. But I don't know. I haven't done tradition. I've done a lot. I haven't done progress in a while. It used to be pretty weak, but I think it's gotten better recently. So let's just look at this for a second, because I know authority pretty well and tradition pretty well. So let's look at progress. Organization. Cities earn plus 10 food and culture when they construct buildings. Bonus of skill with era. Plus 20% production towards buildings. Plus 1 movement for all civilians. Free worker. Tile improvement. Plus 2 gold and plus 2 production to every city. Plus 1 happiness to every 15 citizens in non-puppeted cities. And fraternity. Plus 3 food in every city. Plus 3 called science from city connections. So, because you also got to think about what order you get these in. Like, if you pick the free worker first, then this will be a lot harder to get to. If you pick this first, then, and also, if you want to go for this, you have to get this first as well. That's for constructing buildings. You got to think, so they claim it's good for robust infrastructure and scientific advancement. So also, adopting progress, 30 science. So the citizen is born in your capital. 10 culture when technology is researched, and additional 10 tech when your technology is researched. Let's see, to build a Parthenon, which I still think is not that strong of a building. And as Spain, we also have to think about what kind of victory type we're going for. I don't think... Okay, so Conquistadors... colonizing, advanced cities over skis, only Spain may build it. Embarkation with defense, now defensive terrain, can move it over attacking, extra sight, and presumably they can also settle. Oh, but they're like a pioneer. They settle like a pioneer. That is really interesting. So we're going to take huge advantage of that. So pioneers usually come from banking, which is, we can just scroll down, banking over here. And so if you want to settle good cities in the New World, you got to go like up to astronomy and then up to banking. Although you probably will have guilds. You have to have guilds in Compass. So you still have to get civil service. So civil service is still pretty strong for the workshops. But then you have to get printing press, and if you've met everyone, maybe you want to be the first to found the World Congress. If you're like a tech leader, and which we want to be, because we do want to be the first person to the New World to get dibs on all the cool stuff. But that'll be really interesting. Because we get our conquistadors over here in chivalry along with our mission. So both of our uniques come from chivalry. And then we'll go straight up to Alhambra, hopefully. We'll have to get physics and theology as well, although I don't know. Theology doesn't actually give you much. It gives you a few wonders in the Grand Temple and the Garden, but it doesn't actually, it's not like the temples in here. We're definitely going to want to get a religion. And I have a pretty solid way of getting a religion usually. I have to think about what pantheon we want as well. Looks like we have some tea over here, which is also a plantation resource. And maybe we'll settle over here. It's a little close, but is this going to be like another ocean? Oh, that discovered pottery. That kind of upsets things a lot, because I'm not really ready to build a settler anytime soon. But I guess it does give us a free tech. We presumably do want to get our spices monopoly. It's only 25% Golden Age length. Golden Age length is not really my prime objective. I would prefer something like plus 10% culture in all cities. That's quite nice. Or 10% gold, or plus 3 production from resources. Spice is not really my favorite, unless you're going like Persia or something. Oh, these hills kind of hurt my exploration. And we're going to look at... Yeah, that's a pretty good tile to work. I'll just lock that in for now. It looks like a dead end. I'll probably head down here. And then see about turning around. Yep, dead end. That sucks. Shoshone, I'll have to see what direction you came from. Okay, bud. Over here. So, unfortunately, he's probably going to take a lot of the ruins, unless there's like something hidden down here. That's unfortunate. It always kind of sucks when you have someone like that nearby. Not close to you. And we'll run up this way. So I haven't updated my build of this mod in a little bit, since July or something. So we may be a little out of date. If anyone's listening and they want to... Oh, hopefully we can beat Pocatello to that. Want to tell me how the sound quality is. I'm not sure if it's too loud. It's a little loud in my earphones. Additional land. In that case, yeah, we want to lock that. And that's still probably pretty good. Now, we won't be able to see any fish or anything until we research text. That's one of the interesting things about CBPs. You'll notice that sheep, horses, and cattle are not revealed until we research animal husbandry. So I'll go up this way. Maybe we'll check over this way. I'll go through the jungle. There's another one. That's great. So maybe we'll settle like over on this side, because we don't be too close. Yep, that's mine. Oh, and we got our archer. I'll go up here. Just got a little extra vision. Then down here. Up to see where he is as well. So that is Cahokia. They're going to take the spices. Oh. So we'll have to think about where our city's going to be. We can check how many spices there are in the world. Let's check how many cocoa there are as well. 6 cocoa. Spices 8. So we're going to need to get 5 because we have to get more than 50%. We have these two. We might be able to get that one with our first city, or with Madrid here. This one seems pretty safe. We would still need to get this one and these two. Let's see where they are up here. There's probably some up there as well. Because, like I said, it's not the best monopoly, but it's still a monopoly. Hey, bud. And those are important. So there's another one right up there. And we have you. Or actually, we're going to find all of our 8 compatriots here. Not really. They're more like our enemies, aren't they? We'll have to see. Hey, El Dorado. As Spain, we do not get a bonus for natural wonders. If we look at that again. So, only your official religion can spread to own cities or allied city-states. Gaining or founding cities after your capital generates faith and food and converts them to your official religion. So the only civ that gets a bonus from natural wonders is Polynesia now. So this is not huge to get this. Let's just jump up here. So I'm not sure where he is. It is interesting to have that near us, though. And there's more spices. We might settle like right here to get these 2 spices and, you know, this extra furs. There he is. In that case, we might settle this first because it's closer to him, and we don't want him to grab that. Especially if he settles anywhere nearby, he's more likely to get go for trapping, like a border pop that'll steal some of our tiles. Because you know the sheep would be in range otherwise. I think no, they wouldn't be. That's 4 away. But I don't know. Something else might come up. So we're gonna get our next scout. We'll probably run him east. And you, just go over this way. Yeah, okay, there's just mountains there. So we're going to get at our monument. More furs. Fur bonus plus 5 global happiness. That's not bad. But it doesn't scale at all, right? So probably better earlier than later. Happiness is not generally a huge problem for me. So we have Malacca over here. And if we had our, I don't know, I don't know if we're going honor. I don't know if, do we set progress versus honor? I really like honor for settling, especially if we're going to be planning to settle a lot of cities in the New World. You know, we do get that extra culture and science when we settle cities or conquer them. And founding and conquering cities is kind of the deal with Spain here. So we might end up going authority after all. I haven't shown that before on a stream. So maybe that'll be fun. There's the Inca. Up on the hill. More tea. Some tea over here as well. Yeah, I mean that's half the world's tea, isn't it? Only 6. Yeah, we might run back home in a sec. Some citrus. I really want to think about where we're going to settle. I think here is the strongest to begin with. He killed it? Yeah, he must have. Oh, there he is. I'm not going to run up that way. We're going to get 5 turns. We're going to get authority. I feel like this is pretty safe, unless there's a huge number of like sea resources around. I don't foresee a ton of settling options. Settling a lot of cities is not as bad. We also didn't check. We only have horses down here. If we settled here, we'd get them. But I feel like I'd rather just settle somewhere down here on its own and settle over here, because you know we wouldn't be able to get the spices otherwise, and it seems like a free spices. You know, with those 2 and the 2 in our capital, that would be a monopoly. Amber is actually quite a cool resource. You can see it plus 2 science and resource tiles like Jurassic Park, which is kind of funny. And then whales are nice because it's plus 10% science, and that is pretty darn good. So, do we go piety? Because like we get bonuses from religion, but to be honest, we don't actually get that much from having a religion. You know what I mean? Like that's not what gives us bonuses. If we look, we get bonuses for protecting our religion, or we get a bonus towards protecting our religion, but not actually having them. Well, let's look at the mission. What does the mission do? I haven't looked at this in a while. Gain 3 times the faith and gold output of the city, respectively, as an instant boost every time a citizen is born in the city. Boost religious pressure and resistance of the city by 15%. Does not require walls in order to be built and can be purchased with faith. Be purchased with faith. That's interesting because there's this. I usually go for. I've been trying recently for a cultural victory, using one of the bonuses through your religion is to get. I usually go for first. I go for churches for the 3 missionary spreads, which gets me way faster. I can get another. I can convert cities. I'll convert one of my neighbors who doesn't have a religion, and then in this build they start converting the other cities around you. Is my microphone too loud? Is anyone's here? They want to tell me how that's looking, how that sounds. I don't think anyone's here. That's fine. And then I'll go for stupas because they give you a bonus for diplomatic things, and if I can get. Which I always try to go for Way of Transcendence. And then when I get the Reformation belief, I go for the +2 tourism from buildings purchased with the faith. And if we have the mission, the stupa, and the church, it'll be 6 tourism in every city from that early game, which is nice. It's really nice. So we go for 10% range combat, 10% versus cities. Almost always go there. There's America. Hey, bud, what's up?
People of the United States of America welcome you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. And so we're going to go for authority. So 25% versus barbarians. Culture when you kill units. +1 production, and then +1 production every city for each additional policy. That's actually quite nice. I like that production bonus. And we'll be able to see where the barbarians are. There's one down there. Where's our... Oh, yeah, we have this guy right here. He won't probably be able to clear that on his own. Oh, we might bring the scout back for that. But we can at least start getting him some experience. Okay. So there's America. Some most stable nations. That's going to be from happiness. Right near the bottom. But it's only a spread of 4. And I'm okay with that. So his resource seems to be Jade, which is 3 culture and resource tiles, which is quite nice. I had a game with, where's that? Way over there, with Brazil, with some Jade. That was a lot of fun. Brazil is really good for the tourism cultural victory in this game. Well, actually, a little bit better than they are in the base game, I think. Which is great, especially when you start getting those bonuses from like all the culture generated by cities converts into tourism. Their unique tile improvement is really good for that. So barbarians are going to heal. So even though I did 10 more damage, he's going to heal that. And then we'll lost that advantage. And then there's also the secondary unit. We're going to go for the flank instead of 20% versus cities. Because I find that it really helps to send out a couple units together. That flank bonus becomes really important. So we'll see if we can take out this guy first, because, yep. Get that extra culture. This guy shouldn't attack me. Yeah. And we'll poke him a little bit, just to keep him from healing up all the way. And then we'll start fortifying. So we can queue up our settler, and then I usually like to go Stonehenge. And then another settler. What the heck? Oh, yeah. Alright, so because I'm holding shift and you don't actually need to hold shift. And that's me being silly. And then we're also going to get out... around the same time, we'll get up towards Imperium. So Stonehenge on King difficulty in this build order, I've never not gotten it. And it's pretty nice to get your early religion. You get, you know... culture +3 faith, the engineer points are nice, and 50 faith when you complete it, and a free council. And the council is also good because this build order skips out on the wheel, and that council gives us that extra science, which is nice. Yeah, he's definitely got his Jade bonus, and his Jade is really clustered together. It is actually pretty nice. He does have tundra and snow, but even then, so we'll heal up a little more. So, choose our next research. Mining, not a huge thing. Calendar from the wheel. But until we get bronze work, and we can't even get this, so all of our luxuries are going to be pretty locked up for a long time. I'm going to go quick fishing because I would like to be able to embark, and I'd like to see where all the fish are. We don't have any deer or bison. There's some bison down here though. Some deer here. Yeah, okay. So that's a minor victory. Yeah, and okay, we'll be able to take him out with one of these dudes next turn. And if he does spawn a unit, it'll be a ship, and that'll be fine. Alright, so clear it, we get the money. Gonna get our next policy. Shoot. But we're gonna grow before we get plus 30 golden food when you expand your borders. We're gonna grow next turn. So that kind of sucks. If we'd been able to kill him a turn earlier, we would have been able to get it. Possibly. But we take this. So in another 50 turns, we'll get our first advantage from that, I think. Well, what else does it say? 50 culture, when you demand tribute from city-states. Yeah, I almost never demand tribute because they're so much more valuable to, you know, be your friend. I think there's certain civs like Mongolia that might be nice, but for the most part, I think that's pretty bad. I don't like to piss off city-states too much. Okay, so we're going to do a shrine, and we did grow recently, so I don't feel too bad about that. Let's lock that tile in. That tile is probably pretty fine. It's our highest yield tile. So get the shrine, and then we'll start on our settler. Alright. Gotta bring this guy back pretty soon. These guys get experience from exploration, so I might go and explore down here. The Inca, we're checking it out. And if there are any resources, we'll be able to see them when we get fishing in 20 turns. Okay. Hoki and the Inca no longer allies. Alright, I also want to start scouting up here in a little bit with my dudes. Because our, yep. Oh, you get... Nice. Yeah, and they can walk on the mountains. Look at you. Netherlands. Yeah, no, nothing to trade. But he is making 0 gold per turn. That's interesting. I would have preferred actually to walk through that. It's kind of annoying sometimes where it automatically makes you go through a area you've already explored. Oh, and that was me attacking them. Great. I actually don't want to get locked in through here. Be an interesting city location over here. How many furs are there in the world? 8. We'll get 1 here. There's 2 more over there. It looks like it's the Inca's resource, actually. So the game sort of said it. Oh, they should have explored out this way, expand out that way. But we might do that instead, because you know, historically, the oh, look at you, look at you. Look at you. And he did it. He did it. That happened. That really... okay. So, early war. That is our thing now. Alright. Well, we'll go production focus, lock you in. Yup. No, can't shoot from there. And we also got to make sure that we don't... So this guy settled there. It looks like... I mean... That's not where I would have settled, maybe. But it's fine. We're settling here. Right there. That actually gives us our Pantheon. Sure we don't get him too low. That should be fine. You're going to start with a monument, and then a shrine, because shrines are free. They have no maintenance, and they give you 2 faith. And so I almost always go, oh, this guy's trapped. Go for an early... Okay, so yeah, he wasn't able to kill that. We'll take you out. We'll found our Pantheon. So, Pantheon. So God of the Sea is nice if you have sea resources. We don't have any sea luxuries. We might have other sea resources. And I'll almost certainly be settling all of my New World cities on the sea because I want to get that city connection to reduce the unhappiness. And that requires a lighthouse. And then once we have at least one city with a lighthouse, they'll be able to settle inland. Plus 3 food and coastal cities is nice. And the faith and production of fishing boats is great. That's pretty strong. There are a lot of pretty strong ones, but we don't have the starts for those. Plantations, but that won't take effect for a long time because we've got to be able to chop down all the jungle before we can do that. Yeah, Spirit of the Desert is quite nice if you have desert tiles with resources on them. Stew food plus 1 gold from granaries plus 1 faithless 2 culture from tiles on wheat. I don't have any wheat. 3 grassland. All creation used to be really strong. Not as strong anymore. Plus 3 faith in the capital. Some culture and happiness to every pantheon ever founded, capping at 8. There are only 8 civs, but only get plus 3 faith. Used to be plus 1 faith, culture, and happiness for every pantheon ever founded, so it would get up to plus 8, plus 8, plus 8, which was quite strong. That'd be a lot of early culture and happiness, but I do like this early growth. So we're going to go God of the Sea. Let's look at that. Went from 21 turns to 9 turns. This one's going to grow almost immediately. Not a lot of production tiles, unfortunately. We'll have to think about how we're going to do an early war. Where we're going to settle next. Do we still like run up around the outside and go for one of those cities? Who knows, right? Actually going to block him from attacking like that. So you can't run up here. Timoic. I think, or Timok. I always read Timoic. And we kill it. So, that's some culture for us. But annoyingly... Oh, this guy's trapped down here too. It puts us in an awkward position. I think we might still run up over here and settle. I think that'll be pretty strong. Is if we can get... oh, there's Arabia. What's up, bud? Oh, Shoshone. See, I didn't want to be enemies. You forced my hand, though. You forced my hand. Yeah, I'll be friends. Not with this guy. Not with that guy. Oh, that's gone. Okay. So how early of a war are we doing? Because usually my build order is pretty locked in for the first little bit. So I wonder if this is still here. Actually, a lot of furs here.